Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're having an amazing day. Sorry, adjusting the headset. We're going to continue with the book of Enoch. Today we're going to read chapters 11, chapters 12, and chapters 13. Now, for chapter 11, it is the final chapter of the fall of the angels, the demoralization of mankind, the intercession of the angels on behalf of mankind, and the dooms pronounced by God on the angels, the Messianic kingdom, a Noah fragment. And remember, as I'm reading, chew on the meat, spit out the bones. And chapter 11 is only 2 verses long. And in those days I will open the store chambers of blessings which are in the heaven, so as to send them down upon the earth over the work and labor of the children of men. And verse 2, the truth and peace shall be associated together throughout all the days of the world and throughout all the generation of men. Now we're going to read chapter 12. I'm hoping by the time I start reading, you guys will have turned to chapter 12. And chapter 12 through 16 is a dream vision of Enoch, his intercession for Azazel and the fallen angels, and his announcement to them of their first and final doom. Verse 1. Before these things Enoch was hidden, and no one of the children of men knew where he was hidden, and where he abode, and what had become of him. And his activities had to do with the watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. And I, Enoch, was blessing the Lord of majesty and the King of the ages, and lo, the watchers called me, Enoch the scribe, and said to me, Enoch, thou scribe of righteousness, go, declare to the watchers of the heaven, who have left the high heaven, the holy eternal place, and have defiled themselves with women, and have done as the children of earth do, and have taken unto themselves wives. Ye have wrought great destruction on the earth. Verse 5, and ye shall have no peace, nor forgiveness of sin, and inasmuch as they delight themselves in their children. The murder of their beloved ones shall they see, and over the destruction of the children shall they lament, and shall make supplication unto eternity. But mercy and peace shall ye not attain. And that was the last verse for chapter 12. I'll give you a couple seconds to turn to chapter 13. Verse 1. And Enoch went and said, Azazel, thou shalt have no peace. A severe sentence has gone forth against thee to put thee in bonds. And thou shalt not have toleration nor request granted to thee, because of thy unrighteousness, which thou hast taught, and because of all the works of godlessness, because of all the work of godlessness, and unrighteousness, and sin, which thou hast shown to men. Then I went and spoke to them all together, and they were all afraid, and fear and trembling seized them. And they besought me to draw up a petition for them, that they might find forgiveness, and to read their petition in the presence of the Lord of heaven. Wow, can you imagine that? Being Enoch at that moment, having angels begging you to talk to God for them? Wow. For from thenceforward they could not speak with him, nor lift up their eyes to heaven for shame of their sins, for which they have been condemned. Verse 6. Then I wrote out their petition and the prayer in regard to their spirits and their deeds individually, and in regards to the request that they should have forgiveness and length of days. And I went off and sat down at the waters of Dan, in the land of Dan, to the south of the west of Hermon. I read their petition till I fell asleep. And behold, a dream came to me, and visions fell down upon me, and I saw visions of chastisement, and a voice became biting me, I to tell it to the sons of heaven and reprimand them. Wow. And a voice came bidding me, I to tell it to the sons of heaven and to reprimand them. Verse 9. And when I awake, I came unto them, and they were all seated together, weeping, in Abjals, which is between Lebanon and Sennersur, with their faces covered. And I recounted before them all the visions which I have seen in sleep, and I began to speak the words of righteousness, and to reprimand the heavenly watchers. And again, I'll reread verse 10, which is the last verse for chapter 13 and the last verse for today. Verse 10. And I recounted before them all the visions which I had seen in sleep, and I began to speak the words of righteousness, and to reprimand the heavenly watchers. And that does conclude Enoch chapters 11, 12, and 13. Peace be in you, my brothers and sisters. May the Lord have mercy on us all. I love you guys so very much. God bless.